French court has sentenced Christian, what a name for a Muslim convert. I'm surprised he didn't change his name. Christian Ganskarzi, a Polish-born German national and convert to Islam, to 18 years in prison for his role in the 2002 bombing of a synagogue in Tunisia. Synagogue. So he's blowing up the house of worship in the Jews. Last week we talked about 7 Iraqi churches being bombed by Muslims. So they say, well, that's only 6. Well, here's another one. Here's number 7. Hassan Abu Jihad. Now, how about that for a name? Abu Jihad, the father of jihad. You know he's a convert. Hassan Abu Jihad, formerly known as Paul R. Hall, found guilty of terror ties December 31st, 2008. This black American was in the U.S. Navy, I believe, or the Marines, and he was giving Al-Qaeda, actually, now this is not that individual, I'm sorry. This is someone else. We're going to get to this guy in just a minute. This is actually a fellow who was involved in the London 7/7 bombings. But this individual was in the military, and while he was in service, he was giving Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, he was giving troop movements and ship movements by email and other ways to these groups. He became a terrorist after he converted to Islam, and he even wrote in one of his emails, this is your loyal servant, Abu Jihad, serving the Kafirs.
The Kafirs.
The Kafirs. What's Kafirs? Yeah. Unbelievers. Yeah. And he's talking about Americans, of course, talking about what are supposed to be Christians. You say that's not enough. Well, here's another one. April 12th, 2007. Muslim convert from Columbus, Ohio. This is a white guy in Ohio. Muslim convert from Columbus, Ohio, accused of training with Al-Qaeda to bomb European resorts and U.S. bases. You say that's not enough. Well, here's another one. Chicago terrorist bomb plot thwarted by FBI. Muslim convert Derek Sharif charged with a crime. December 8, 2006. It says Sharif is being charged in a domestic terrorism plot to bomb a local shopping center. This black American became a Muslim. He wants to blow up a shopping center. You say that's not enough. Well, here's an Australian terror suspect at Guantanamo pleads guilty to supporting terrorism. A white Australian becomes a Muslim, and he begins to fight terror. He begins to be a terrorist and to fight against the U.S. and coalition forces. You say that's not enough. Here's a Hindu in England in 2004. His name was Dhihran Bairo. He became a Muslim, and he decided he was going to go to Pakistan and to learn how to build dirty bombs and how to become a terrorist. And he finally was caught, I think, in 2004. And now finally, there's the picture that we showed just a moment ago. This is Jermaine Lindsay, the London bomber. This black individual from England. He's one of the 7/7 bombers. Maybe you remember him. He also was a convert to Islam. What's going on? I could name many, many more. Do a search yourself on the internet. What about November 30th, 2005? There was a Belgian woman, a white Belgian woman who became a Muslim, went all the way to Iraq. I don't know how she got there, and she did a suicide attack in Baghdad against coalition forces. And then finally, and this really isn't finally because there's so many others that you can find, but we have John Walker Lind, who was known as American Taliban. He was the American who went, converted to Islam, and there he is, converted to Islam, and when the U.S. forces went into Afghanistan back in, was that 2001 or 2002, they got this guy, captured him, he's fighting against them, they find out he's an American. But more importantly than American, he's a Muslim, and that's why he's in Afghanistan fighting against the United States of America. We have a lot more news, but this is the news that we have. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to open up the phone lines for calls. So you've heard our news. We're ready for your views in just a moment after we take the break. Welcome back to News and Views. We're so thankful that you've tuned in with us tonight. We've heard our news. We've got a lot more to tell, but we're ready to hear your views. And let me just remind you before we take the first caller, our number is 248-416-1300. You can see it on the screen. And I just want to remind you, we want to be respectful to you, our callers, and we ask that you'd be respectful to us as well. And if we do that, then we'll be able to have great discussion. Otherwise, we'll have to move on to the next caller. All right, I believe we have a caller on the air. Welcome to News and Views.
Hi.
Hello.
I just want to say hi to my mom and my dad. That's it.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening. God bless you.
Bye.